The last part is about making knowledge sharing a collaborative affair. As I said, we don't even have time to create the content. Now, there are all these new things happening we might have heard. So the questions I want to ask this audience is, can we crowdsource content? Can we share best practices? Maybe there's one store that is doing really well, or one branch, one department, where someone has figured out a better way to pitch the product or better way to support or anything. Now, can we capture that knowledge and somehow share that across the organization? It could be one small town, a store is there, the guy is really doing a nice pitch, maybe not even in English, maybe in the local language, but he's figured out a very interesting way to pitch the product. Can we capture that and share it with the rest of the team? And that might be useful. So that's what we're talking about. It's learning and measurement training is not one way from the headquarters, you shove down something upon the organization, but we can learn and collect that knowledge and spread it across the organization. So I want to leave that thought. Now all this is easy. Okay, great, I said all this, but in reality, in practice, is it possible? So what are some of the challenges? Quickly, I want to take you through that. Obviously, budget. You have to go through levels of approval, and often when budget cuts come, it's the learning training budget that gets cut, and I'm sure you all understand. Costs are increasing, and again, the aspect of employees being highly distributed on the move in multiple offices, locations. You don't have time to go and schedule training in every office. And of course, expert trainers are hard to get and expensive too. Time is always a problem. Just getting people in one location or one room, even if you can afford it, is just not practical. And given remote workers and time spent and just scheduling is a problem. So known issues, but two more that we may not realize is just how difficult it is to capture that knowledge and put it in a way that people really like to consume. And that's just simply, even you might have an expert, someone who's a senior who's worked 20 years or more in your organization. Everybody knows he's the guru of something and they go to him all the time. Now, often have we captured that knowledge? Tomorrow, if he leaves the organization or, God forbid, he's not well or something, that knowledge is lost. It could be a top doctor, it could be a senior manager with years and years of expertise related to the company and the domain. We don't retain or capture that knowledge from the experts and share it effectively. He doesn't have the time to go and train freshers or juniors. The content creation is another challenge as well. As I said, we don't have time to do that. And the effectiveness also. So unless people really have a need, a problem saying, I don't know, right? I'm a nurse, I don't know how to pull up a particular lab report from the hospital management system, which is very complex. At that time, that's when they want to learn. You go and put them on a 3-day training, they'll sit there and listen, but they won't know when it comes to action. So that's where the contextual learning is very important. At the time when they're facing the problem, can we teach them something? Can we share that information? So those are the challenges. And we did a quick survey, so thank you for all those who took the survey. And here's some quick data. Right, the biggest gap, obviously not enough time and budget. Modes of training delivery, most often is happening on the job and classroom training. Even low-skill job like an electrician or plumber just learns on the job, and they burn our circuits a few times and then learn on the job. There's very little formal learning because it's just simply not happening these days. So coming to technology and online, all this has been a buzzword. So based on the survey, we had a majority of respondents saying, yes, maybe a time has come to think about this. How can we effectively use some of these really disruptive things like cloud, video, and mobile to address the challenges that we talked about? So quickly, so a few things I want to, without taking too much time. So what is possible given all these challenges and the context that I said? We may not have time to schedule an in-class training, fly down all the people to one location or the trainer. Can we have live virtual sessions? just assemble them in a room wherever they are, or perhaps from their desk, and have interactive sessions. It's possible. And today, you know that an average person on the street watches YouTube on the mobile. We don't have to worry about whether he has a laptop, whether he has internet connection, and so on. They're already watching movie songs, and even as anyone on the street. So can we bring that experience? So instead of preparing a manual, can we get your best sales guy to pitch your product for 2 minutes and give that YouTube-like experience, perhaps in all the local languages, and share it across instantly to the salespeople in 400, 500 stores, or your support people for that matter. It is possible, and the time has come for that. And I would like all of you to reflect. No travel, forget scheduling. Product is outdated by the time you schedule your training and prepare the content. We need it now, today. It's not just your product. Your competitor launches something, you want all your people to know about it. And the effectiveness of that. As I said, video as a medium makes it much more powerful. So your best sales guy pitching is far more powerful than giving a document or a brochure. And mobile, as I said, no, forget laptops, forget internet connection, all that. Give that YouTube-like experience. Now, you can't put it in YouTube. It has to be secure. You have proprietary information. So that's where a private YouTube-like thing with secure thing and monitoring of who has seen it. So you got these 400 people who have to see this video. Think about if you could just give it to them and say, give a deadline. By tomorrow, all of you should have seen this 2-minute video. And maybe take an assessment to get an idea of how much they've understood. And if they did not understand, immediately ask a question like they're already doing in WhatsApp, except you don't want them to use WhatsApp. So the ability to quickly share information in a bite-sized manner, to something that's personalized for each individual, that's relevant for them, and to provide it when they need it. He's stuck in a field with a problem. Our customer has asked a question the person doesn't know the answer to. Immediately, if you can deliver it to them, that's when they will really want to learn, and that's when they will remember it forever. They will never forget it. And the last about capturing knowledge. So there's no more 2 months to prepare a brochure or manual. Can I just shoot a video on my mobile, perhaps get it to the team to edit it and quickly share it? And have full video-enabled search, so not only you build a library, but make relevant content with targeted information, like targeted ads. Send it targeted to people. And enable learning in that mode every day. So I see something in the factory floor, I see something in my office. Can I just capture that? Somebody, the way they're assembling it, the way they are explaining it, can we just have it there and share it across the team? And have the ability to ask questions, somebody, even something as displaying the products in a store. So it's not just learning and training in the traditional sense, but today a clothes retailer is launching a new line of clothes. How do I make sure that all the stores display it exactly the same way? I need to be able to share that information in real time. And maybe ask opinion, is this better? Or maybe someone in one of the stores comes up with a better idea. Can I capture it, share it instantly, and have all the 100+ stores arrange it exactly the same way by tomorrow? So I want to leave the thought with you. So learning and training is not the traditional, what we just think about, getting everybody in a room or getting the trainer, but it's something that we can make it as part of our DNA, as part of our everyday process, and hopefully create better trained, more knowledgeable employees and make it part of our day-to-day lives. So thank you so much, and I hope I left some food for thought, and the panelists will share their knowledge and take it further and hopefully address some of your questions. Thank you again.